everyone. What a privilege to be here with you. So, are we walking towards autonomous AI, and what kind of business models are enabled by AI agents? Let's talk about this. I'm Thomas Sikora, Principal Solutions Architect at AWS, and this is what we are going to talk about. The emerging trends in the AI, the paradigm shift that we see in how software is being created. What are the business models in the agentic AI? Maybe what could be waiting for us beyond the horizons of AI agents. So, what our ride has been, right? We started with expert systems. This is your rule-based predictive systems that were in and around, decades ago, and they are still valid and relevant today. But then we started to do machine learning and deep learning, and this is already, something that is close to my heart, right? 20 years ago, when I was studying at University of Politècnica de Catalunya in Barcelona, we got an assignment to use neural networks to identify tumors on CT scans. And I was so mind blown when I actually have seen, read the results, right? And this was 20 years ago. And how much further we went since then, right? The generative AI models, the transformer architectures, then large language models. A year and a half ago about the first AI agents, single agent systems, then multi-agent systems, then multi-vendor multi-agent systems. So this industry is going so fast, accelerating but to what kind of path? So I see a clear take on the autonomous AI here. And let's see if I will be able to maybe pick up some of your brains if you think the same. And when we are talking about autonomous AI, it's also important to align what it actually means, right? So autonomous AI system to me is an AI system that is able to solve or address complex tasks, the most difficult tasks, right? With minimal or no human intervention, right? So such system needs to be able to reason, create plans, set up goals, create multiple steps for those plans to be able to execute on them. Such autonomous system need to understand context, work with other agents, right? It needs to learn from previous interactions and make decisions autonomously, right? So when we talk about AI agents, they can be single AI agents, there can be multi AI agents collaborating together from the same vendor, there can be also multi-vendor multi-AI systems, right? So what does it actually mean? So in the simplest term, how I can describe it is that imagine a software vendor creating an AI agent as if I should use something that we all understand, let's use the term digital worker, right? So if a single agent system is something like a digital worker, then multi-agent system would be your digital workforce, your team of agents, right? And multi-party or multi-vendor multi-agent systems would be different vendors, different companies contributing with their AI agents to other teams, which could be human, it could be also AI agents working together to be able to tackle more complex, more comprehensive tasks, right? And at AWS, at Amazon Web Services, we believe in this agentic story. We are doubling down on it. We are doubling down also on the ability to bring in open source models and open source protocols. So AI agents, this is not the future. AI agents are already here, right? They are available, for example, through Amazon Bedrock, which is our fully managed service that allows you to create AI agents or multi-agent collaboration in just 3 lines of code. One to create the first agent, the second line of code to give it access to data assets and knowledge through our fully managed reachable augmented generation system, that we know Amazon Bedrock knowledge bases, to give it access to tools, right? 3 lines of code. I give it to you, you need to know how to write those 3 lines of code, and that's what my team is doing right now to make it a bit more approachable. But it is really just those 3 lines of code. 2 more lines of code, and you have multi-agent collaboration. So doubling down on the model context protocol and open source standards. And here's the paradigm shift that I would like to talk about next. So You probably remember, some of you that are old enough, just like me, with this on-prem era when we used to install servers, configure them by hand manually before we started the SaaS era, right? The software as a service era, which is still valid, it's still around and will be around. And by switching to the SaaS era, we address the infrastructure complexity, right? You no longer need to install everything from scratch to be able to consume those services. Before we started the API economy, right? So this is the introduction of composable headless architectures that made it even more widespread and even more integrable with other services. Then we have seen in early 2020s the AI-first transformations, right? Many organizations, you have probably seen it in the news all over the place, that, hey, we are going AI native, we are going AI first. What that means, it means different things for different organizations. And then in early 2020s, we have seen the agentic era of services. Yeah, so I believe that we are on the path toward autonomous AI and something that I call autonomous business capabilities. And what I mean by this, if you think about it, SaaS, addressing infrastructure complexity, agentic AI, multi-agent collaboration, addressing integration complexity, right? You no longer need to have those one-on-one integrations with every single service out there. How about addressing operational complexity, right? A non-tech company shouldn't have to worry about what is my payment service provider invoicing system, what is it that I need to do in order to integrate all those services and keep them alive, right? Autonomous business capabilities is something which is just a theoretical concept by now, but we are here to talk about also what's behind the horizon, right? So this is one of the things. The paradigm shift that we see is the shift from building software products from scratch, from zero, to assembling software from existing components that you can automatically discover, right? So shift from build to assemble. Shift from features to outcomes. And what I mean by this is that software vendors in the past, they like to sell seats. But if you check any of the MCP servers indexes, model context protocol service indexes out there, AI agent marketplaces, almost all of them have some sort of usage-based pricing, right? So we are much more focusing on usage-based pricing, outcome-based pricing. We are going to put much more focus on self-learning abilities, adaptable workforce, and reduce cognitive load of our knowledge workers. So business models behind those AI systems. I have another session just on this that takes an hour. If you are interested in those, let me know. More than happy to dive deeper there. I will summarize all those three types of collaboration between single agent systems and humans to multi-agent systems and humans in maybe what I just said, that this is the common denominator of most of the emerging business models that we see. Human AI collaboration as one, and shift towards usage or outcome-based pricing in the other. All right. So what could be behind the horizon? There is a lot of good things to think about, but from those four, I would pick the advanced memory. In the previous panel, we have heard something about integrity, right? So if we want to use autonomous AI, agentic systems to create value, that those systems need to be trusted. And therefore, they also need to have memory available that is built for AI, AI native memory. And if you think about it, those of you that are professionals in the industry, we have the session short-term memory. This is already quite well addressed. We have the long-term or semantic memory, which is also quite well addressed. But the truly AI native memory, which would act as the trusted source for any AI application in the future, that is being, something that we are yet to see, right? Episodic memory is a good instance of it. It does not exist at a large scale today. Good, so what could be behind the horizon? Again, two things, autonomous business capabilities. Let's not think just about offloading or addressing the integration complexity, but also operational complexity, right? Your bakery should not think about how to integrate your payment, tax, and invoicing systems and how to keep this integration going on continuously. And the second thing, consumer sovereignty. For AI to be trusted, it needs to be better controlled by consumers, right? So, and that's something where I will wrap up and say, hey, if you want to follow up, I will be more than happy to. Please, let's connect. We are always also interested in feedback. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. And I wish you a lot of fun in the next sessions.